Hey everyone, Garrett here today with Mr. Terry. Oh, hold on, we gotta switch.
There we
switch,
go. There
switch
we go.
scenes here.
Hi everybody.
Thanks for tuning in. We're doing things a little bit different today because yesterday we were off. We had a holiday on. Well, actually, Terry was working hard.
I was here in the store.
In the
You
store.
may have seen me if you came on by.
So how was the store on the weekend?
It was busy. So it was on Boxing Day, which here in Canada is like a traditional day of deals and shopping.
What does Boxing Day mean? Like, is it for like boxing?
No relation.
Or...
Yeah. No relation to like any pugilist or sports of that nature. I'm honestly not too sure the origins of Boxing Day, but it's a very Canadian tradition.
I thought it was like they're boxing stuff up, like putting it in boxes or something.
I'm sure it has like a religious.
We need to look it up.
Yeah, a religious origin over there. But we've had like Boxing Day sales in Canada since like I was a wee lad many years ago. We had it way before we had Black Friday, which is relatively new in this part of the world. But
yeah, Black Friday was not always a thing here. So yeah, we have Boxing Day here, but now we just get the best of both worlds. So that's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, so I was there, and yeah, it was nice to see we had a lot of people come in there. Tat and Yoko is always fun because we are a little bit farther away from the rest of the city in Montreal. So like a lot of you guys who come out there to visit us in the store, like it's a destination there, right? So we have a lot of people from overseas. We have a lot of Europeans. People might be surprised. A lot of people from France, from Spain, from Belgium, from Switzerland, and Germany. And a lot of people are driving up from the States and Vermont and Boston and stuff like that. So it's always really great to see all you guys out there. A couple of locals too, but we are in the minority.
Well, we're kind of a destination, and now is the time when everyone's traveling and, doing that kind of thing, going to see family and all that. So a lot of people moving around, but it's great to have people coming from abroad, especially to visit the store. It's always a nice time to meet those people in the store. Let's take a look and see who's in the chat. Chicken Counter-Strike says, random stream, what? Yeah, so, basically, we were closed. The office was closed yesterday. And so instead of just canceling it for today, we decided to move it one day to Friday. But, of course, we didn't want to, mess with Bahzad and Risa's stream, which is going to be happening in a couple hours, the Wonder Looper stream, of course. I put it just a little bit earlier, and then that way Terry can get off to his festivities after work
we
as
got
well.
things. It's definitely that season of celebration there. Like I'm sure you guys got stuff going on tonight. If you haven't done stuff already, so thank you very much for coming here. It is a little bit like a readjusted, better late than never stream, and we're gonna send you guys off there, especially the brave soldiers there in the chat. We're gonna give you a kiss and a shove off to Bahzad and Risa at 7:00. Tell them that.
Well, we won't be here till 7, but
I'm not be here at 7. But tell them you came straight from Terry and Garrett with all of their holiday love.
We'll warm you up.
Warm them up there.
Okay, so in the chats, we have W writes from Birmingham.
Good to see him there.
Solvents from Scotland. BD. We got the regulars in the chat. Steven.
I heard it was BD's a little bit older. He got older and wiser after Christmas.
Happy birthday. Ooh, he got a pair of fox fiber. What a nice gift.
Tasteful, very tasteful.
Very nice gift. Oh yeah, BD says hit that like button.
Don't forget.
Don't forget. Hit the like button. It costs you nothing, and it really helps. So just give it a little click or tap or whatever you need to do. And that makes a big difference, and I do really appreciate it. Okay, so back in the chat here, so many great drops coming, can't wait. So I think what Steven is referring to is actually the Spring Summer 25 collection. We just put that up on the website here.
Yeah, well, the preview video, I think, actually dropped on Boxing Day itself.
So if you head over to this channel, but in the video section, you can go watch Bahzad and Tammy basically run through the whole spring-summer collection. And let's see here. I can probably search it.
Yeah, we'll go there for our 25 there. On the double underscore, no?
I don't see it here.
Yeah. We'll find it there.
Anyways,
I'm sure you guys have absolutely noticed the preview for there because I saw you guys in the comment section there because I was watching it while I was getting ready on the shop yesterday. Excellent there, yeah. And there's a lot of cool stuff there, especially like the ladies' collection things are getting shaken up a little bit there. There's some new fits. There's some cool new fabrics. Yeah, you guys already let us know what you had missed. And no, Bahzad did not come back from the living dead to just do that video. Like everything here in the business, this was done way ahead of time. So to kind of give you like an idea, like how far ahead we have to plan everything.
Yeah.
In the business here, just to stay on top of stuff. So that was a little Bahzad, a gift from Bahzad. He said he'd see us again, but you know, he never leaves us. He never leaves us. I gotta put my phone on airplane. Excuse me.
You're blowing up.
Yeah, too popular.
What else do we have? Yeah, and also, I'm just gonna quickly run outside and I need to talk to somebody who. Since we're like doing this earlier, people are still working here, so they're like coming to my office and they want to come in and ask me questions. But
I'll take over. I'm gonna go in the
basically,
chat.
I just want to do a quick reminder. Of course, you guys know the Boxing Day sale is on right now, and so I'm not gonna waste a whole lot of time. But we got lots of great deals. You know, everything, all the sale sections marked down additional 10%. Free Higo no Kami knives on any MIJ jeans or jackets. What else? We got BOGO on hoodies and the crew necks, and that for Naked Famous Denim. We have buy two get one free pocket tees.
Yeah.
What else? Was there anything else?
That's the meat and potatoes. So everything was on sale. It was a little bit more sale.
Yeah. Spring Summer 25 is marked down an additional 10% from Black Friday, and of course we do have basically that dead stock collection, the prototype, the tenfold, and the real gold.
We're starting to. I've noticed that we are starting to run out of a couple of sizes. So it's already happened. We're starting to get some holes there. So definitely jump on that because that is absolutely like it's the dead stock. There's not going to be like a double dead stock return.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things where like, you know, this is kind of the last chance of the year, obviously, because it's about to be next year. But generally, Black Friday and Boxing Day are the best sales of the year. And so yeah, I always. You know, now is a good time, but you guys already know. Yeah, you guys are loyal. You're here every day, and you already know. So, anyways, I just need to step out. Terry, take
Garrett's
the wheel.
got to do some work. I'm gonna jump in the chat. Just say hello to all my brothers and sisters out there in the chat there. Just gonna say hi to all our regulars over there. Get rat. Merry Chrysler, everyone. I didn't have a Chrysler, but I used to have a Jeep. You guys know it was stolen. My Jeep Gladiator, long gone. I miss it so much. Rest in peace, Jeep Gladiator. All right, over there. Yeah, what's up, fellas? There, Boxing Day again. All right, Mojave 730 rocking his kimono shirt with some chinos. That's a really good Boxing Day, kind of like a Christmas festive season chill out outfit. I kind of really like that. Asking if we're going to have a live reaction to the preview.
A live reaction? Well, you can go have your own reaction.
Yeah.
I don't know how to set that. Like, I could, but there might be, like, kind of like an echo.
Wait, I'll give you, like, a surprise face, and you can just imagine my surprise face. I'm going to be like this, and, like, imagine that while I watch the whole video.
The thing is, like, for you, you're reacting to it, but for me, I'm not reacting to it because I've been also seeing all this stuff.
We're on Spring Summer 26, baby.
Yeah, like, I'm constantly... Basically, for you guys, it's... You guys are kind of, you know, current season, then maybe like one season ahead. But then for us, we're even one season further ahead because that's what's being planned and we're doing the photos and that's what's being sold for wholesale and all this. So usually at any one time, there's kind of like 3 seasons going on, at least for me and some of the other people here. Like we have the current season that we're selling, the next season coming up, and then the next season after that, which we're like planning for and getting ready. So, a lot of jeans. A lot of jean names, a lot of blue skies, a lot of birds, a lot of seas, a lot of oceans and waves and stretches. And it's easy to get a little bit confused and mixed up.
Yeah, but I'm going to jump. I saw a great comment there that I just want to address right away. Talked about the meetup that we actually had those last week. It's not here on our minutes. I just want to do a little bit of a rundown. We had quite an adventure. So we had basically our meetups. We had a little 8:30 p.m. pinball event at North Star Pinball on last Friday. And it nearly started off in disaster because we were pulling up. We had all the boys and 2 cars, and we're pulling up. We're downtown Montreal, like
except
right on the main.
Me.
Yeah, you took the metro.
No, I walked.
No, you legged it. Yeah, you legged it.
Because we didn't have enough room in the cars.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll just walk. It was like a 20-minute walk in -12.
It was proper winter.
It was snowing. Was it snowing a little bit?
Yeah.
It was cold.
Well, you did your little Bob Dylan thing.
Yeah, and I had on like not a big jacket. I'm like, walking down the street.
But yeah, there was a power outage. The whole block, like not the block, several blocks were in the dark.
Yeah.
So we're just driving down the street. We see police cars. We don't see much else because it is pitch black.
Yeah.
And we're getting like pretty nervous. And we pull up outside the pinball place and lights are off. Everything's off. It's darkness. And like, oh no. So like trying to think about plan B.
And it was weird because there was no crazy weather. Like it was a little bit cold.
Yeah.
But it hadn't even started snowing. And there was a snowstorm coming that night, I think.
Yes, it was in the books.
But it wasn't there yet. So nothing had particularly happened to cause the power outage. So I was a little confused.
Yeah, so it was a giant like mystery, like what on earth happened? Anyway, luckily, fortunately, the power did come back and they let us right in because the guys at North Star are all heroes. So we jumped in, like we had the whole gang there. It was a humongous amount of fun there. We got to see some fans there. We got to see Patrick there. We saw Adam and like a bunch of other classic people. So we high-fived. We played a lot of pinball.
Yeah, thanks for coming. If you came,
yeah,
thank you. And if you weren't able to come, try to come next time.
Yeah, we're going to do this again. We're going to do this again because it doesn't really take too much to get us down there. It is technically on the same street that our store and factory is, just way down. So it's kind of cool. It feels like I feel a connection, a bond.
I feel like we should almost do it like monthly or something, or like every 2 months. I love going there.
Quarterly?
Yeah, quarterly. I could go for quarterly for
the season, like the spring, summer, winter, fall, like meetup pinball event.
I know for you and I, like you don't have to twist our arm.
No.
Like we're like, oh, pinball and beers. Yeah, okay.
And if you put this in ahead of time, because I know some people are already talking about carpooling. The people up there, up in the mines, up in Canada, there, trying to like carpool from other people in Toronto and this, that, whatever. People can come up from like Boston or New York or whatever. So that would be like a lot of fun for everyone.
So I got a little distracted, but let me just go back over here.
Yeah.
So here's the Naked Famous Denim Spring Summer 25 preview. So it's all gonna say coming soon. Most likely, I think I planned the Frankenstein to release first, and then I think we have the 11 piece or the Chinese New Year coming second. Some of them are still missing photos. Don't worry about that. Basically, we just didn't have enough sample fabric, so the photos don't exist. Or that's usually what that means. But you can see the details and all that. Looking at others, so we have the all natural fox fiber, which we talked about last time. Chinese New Year, Year of the Snake, the Workforce, which is super cool, like little neppy. I think we showed this one off actually as well. But this like neppy old school work style jean, which I really love. That did we even talk about this one here?
The Sakura Sky?
Sakura Sky. This one's just like, it's just so ever so slightly pink on the weft. Beautiful slub stretch that you guys know and love. So it's super comfy, fades amazing, fades super great. And then I just love this like super faint pink.
Oh, so it's like and a little bit of weight to it, a little bit of like a
little bit of heft.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't want to spoil the whole thing. You can go check it out yourself, and of course, I highly recommend you watch the video with Bahzad and Tammy going through the whole collection on YouTube, and then you can really learn all the details there. And then go if you want to see some more pictures, some more close-ups. Head over to the website. Also, it's also going to say all the prices and that too. If you're wondering about size charts, they won't be up for a while because, well, actually, you know what? The Frankenstein and the Peace and Love, I believe, have size charts up because we have
we got them in early.
But basically, the way it works with size charts, because every once in a while I'll get like an email or a phone call or an Instagram message, and someone would be like, "Hey, I'm really interested in this jean. Like, where's the size chart?" And I'm like, "Great, it's coming, but they don't exist yet, and it's impossible for us to make the size chart until the garments are made, or at least made, and then we have them in our hands. Once we have them in our hands, we're going to of course measure them. Every product gets a unique size chart, which you use in conjunction with the measuring guide. But for obvious reasons, I can't make it beforehand. So sometimes you just have to wait a little bit, and we try to put them out as far in advance as possible. But just because of the way things work and logistics, sometimes it ends up being a little bit closer to the release. So if you're ever wondering how come there's no size chart, that's usually why, especially on a coming soon item. If there's something that's already launched and it's available to buy and there's no size chart, send us an email or call us, because that means there's a problem. It's very rare that this happens, but on occasion, there might be a glitch in the system or some problem with the back end or the website formatting.
It does happen sometimes. I got to thank, we have a couple of eagle-eyed customers who definitely spotted these things, and it's been like, whoops, made a little bit of an oopsie there, and then we'll get on it right away, and then, we get it solved in like minutes, basically. But thank you very much for got our back there sometimes, and it does feel nice to have you kind of
the chat is going wild. Thanks everyone for joining.
I really
the
like
chat.
it, man. I want to get in here. Man, there's some good questions. We got notes in here and everything, but there's some good questions. So, I saw a quick one. Frankenstein patch swap. Are we going to swap it upside down or right way up?
I think we normally just swap it right way up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'll ask Brandon what he wants to do. Thing is, the problem with patch swaps and this kind of stuff is I try to keep it as simple and not complicated as possible, because it's easy to make mistakes. It's easy. One thing, that I tell people is sometimes people are like, hey, can I have one leg this length inseam and this one's slightly different? And my general answer is no, because one, a small difference you're not going to notice. And two, once you start doing these kind of more complicated requests, that's when mistakes are made. It's so easy for things to get messed up, and then it goes from being something where we're doing something extra to it becoming a problem, and then everyone's upset, and it's this big thing. So generally, when it comes to when we try to do stuff, it's just one way.
Especially for the alterations.
We're not a tailor shop, we do the free alteration, we do the hemming, we do the patch swaps, but we try to keep it simple for our our factory staff, because we got to do a lot. Keep it simple for the guys in the warehouse, and so sometimes when people come to us with complicated requests, we're just we're sorry, it's not our policy. This is just kind of how it has to be.
And I don't feel too bad about it, because we're trying to make you'll get the right patch you want, and the jeans will be the right length. But don't be shy about if you got fun stuff you want to do. If you do want to do one leg different than the other, or do a funky patch, or some crazy modification.
If you want to do any alterations, big,
go for it yourself. But I recommend
do it yourself.
Yeah.
Take it, buy them first, try them on, make sure everything fits. Yeah. Take it to your local tailor, and those guys are who special in tapering and doing mismatch stuff and adding buttons or whatever. Speaking of which, you got buttons on your.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a bit, because I also saw some questions about that as well. But they're out there, and these people are out there. People there who are repairing jeans, repairing shoes, and stuff like that. They've existed for millennia, and they're in every corner of this earth, and they have skill that they've learned over decades of their life, and sometimes they're really, really cool, and maybe there's one local to you that you never knew about. So I encourage you to really get out there and just kind of explore it, or hey, fire up the YouTube, learn how to do it yourself, and really dive into it, and then you'll be surprised how much you can learn. And hey, maybe you become the guy who does everybody's jeans locally, because if you
want to learn how to hem stuff, at least just on a regular sewing machine, it's not hard at all.
No, yeah.
Maybe you want to not do the heavyweights, maybe no elephants, but any regular jeans, regular pants, you can hem them at home on your own sewing machine. Just go to any sewing machine should really work. Yeah,
so I'm just gonna that one last question. I'm kind of interrupting Garrett over here, but I'm gonna go into that modification thing, because I saw that question as well from Ted. How am I finding the suspenders? Because I got these ones done with the buttons on the inside. After Bahzad, can I show you what they look like over here? There you go. You can kind of see. So this is kind of the proper, classy way to set up a pair of suspenders or braces. And I have to say, especially for these King of Slubs here, these heavier jeans, I love it. I really, really like it. So I'm kind of a little bit lacking in the posterior department. So sometimes I gotta really kind of reef on that belt a little bit there. And I really, really like it. I think they're extremely comfortable, especially for a heavyweight denim, which kind of sometimes you might find yourself pulling up a bit more than normal. Yeah. And maybe if you are finding yourself like that, explore it, give it a shot. Suspenders aren't too expensive, and if you can sew 6 buttons yourself,
it's no brainer.
Absolutely go for a great introduction to sewing. So I do recommend it. Maybe not for everything. Slows you down in some areas. If your jeans fit perfectly, I wouldn't go for it. But have one or two trousers maybe in your wardrobe, you can do it. And hey, if you do the buttons, you can swap back and forth. So
and you can do it with what you can put on a belt, and then no one's gonna know.
It's fun. It's fun, and I kind of like it, and it kind of gets you into a certain mood or something.
Yeah. And the thing is, I find with suspenders, they work better with pants that are just slightly looser. So often, you have a pair where the waistband is 1 or 2 inches a little bit too big. And then when you put on a belt and cinch it down, you end up with a bunch of extra fabric kind of like bunching up either at the front or the back. And it's a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe it doesn't look the best. But instead of that, you can just throw on a pair of suspenders. All of a sudden, boom, it looks perfect. You have a little bit of extra breathing room. You're comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Top tip. You can do the thing there where you're at a big meal and you just take off the top button. Yeah. And nobody will know because you're wearing your shirt over it, whatever. There, you're just like, hey. They don't know that I'm already 2 buttons undone halfway through this turkey.
Suspenders are really
they're really
underrated and like forgotten about just because they're not, they're not trendy or
they're not
whatever.
Trendy, but you see them in really classy. Like I've been watching The Diplomat on Netflix, and they have like that British Prime Minister fellow, and you can see him he has the jacket off and he's got his braces right there because I'm sure they had tailored suits from Seville Row and stuff like that with braces and suspenders just to get it
perfect,
looking beautiful. So it's cool. Try it out. Experiment. Explore.
You don't have to keep pulling your pants up.
No, you don't. Yeah, no. Gone are the days of constantly
Okay, we got a lot here in the chat, so I'm gonna try to catch up here and answer you guys' questions. If I miss your question, just ask it again, and we'll do our best. I got some kind of fun stuff over here to talk about.
Oh, we got content.
And just we wanted to kind of do a little recap on the year and talk about some of the highlights, some of the lowlights, some of that. But anyways, we're here to answer your questions because that's what we love to do. So Arthur, he says, "Hey guys, I'm thinking buy a pair of True Guy Solid Blacks for the office. I just became a lawyer. Congratulations, that's super cool."
Yeah, congrats.
And this will be my first big boy lawyer pickup. Woohoo! Well, yeah, I would say go for it.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, solid black, you can't go wrong. As long as they will fade over time. So if that's chill in your firm, then that's good. Otherwise, you could kind of wear them for a while, and then when they get more faded, they become the weekend pair. And we do have the Forever Blacks coming up. So if you're in a real professional place where you don't have to wear a suit, but you have to wear jeans and they have to look really clean and nice, then the Forever Blue or the Forever Black, which is going to be coming next season, is a great option because they're not going to be faded and looking too casual. They're going to stay dark. So
you won't be the Lincoln lawyer, he'll be the salvage lawyer.
Yeah, exactly.
The salvage lawyer.
But it's cool.
I love that.
It's great that finally professionals can wear jeans to work. I know one of the big reasons I like to work here is because I get to wear jeans every day.
Yeah.
And I have to.
Yeah,
it's mandatory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that. How is the Kiko different from the other sashiko that's dropping? I'm not sure what you mean.
With the Spring Summer 25, we have a jean.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just different. Different jacquard, different.
A different pattern.
It's different. Similar, but different. The Kiko is more like a hexagonal.
Yeah, plus the Kiko is from, it wasn't this season.
It's an older one that then we redid for Blue Owl in black, which is, the original Kiko in Indigo was great, but when I saw the black, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if this is kind of cooler or not. You can't really say one is better than the other, but the black looks really sharp, and it's gonna look really great, and I can't wait to see a super faded pair. So if you did want the black Kiko, then definitely go over to Blue Owl. I don't know how many they have left. We already looked at it last weekend, so I'm not gonna go this time. Yeah. But they have the exclusive on the black Kiko jeans.
Blue Owl, check them out. Friends of ours.
Chris, he says hello from across the showroom. Yes,
that's
Chris
our Chris
over there.
Yeah,
he's watching us live, and shout out to Chris. He is a big help here, and if it wasn't for him, there would be big problems. So you can give a big thank you to Chris. He's doing all the back end, all of the ERP, all of the website, helping with me with the photos and all that. We're a team effort on the photos now, which is nice.
Exciting new projects.
Yeah, hopefully we plan to get him on the stream someday. He said he would.
I literally wave at him. Come over.
Yeah, he said he would come on the stream someday. So who knows? We'll see. Well, I'm not gonna pressure him. Grego says wearing my Shinigami Trues at the moment. Very nice. Yeah, those jeans. That was one of the jeans. We had kind of a list of things we wanted to talk about, and one of the things we wanted to mention was kind of what were our favorite products from this season and what were the hottest ones. And the Shinigamis were definitely one of the hottest.
Yeah, maybe first place.
Yeah.
Along with the Strong Guy Solid Blacks and Core.
Yes.
Especially in the second part of the year, like the later part of the year, they took off.
Yeah.
Like they exploded, like they skyrocketed.
Yes. So, yeah, it's one of those things where they just sold like hotcakes, and they're not almost all gone, but some of them went.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good release. What else was like kind of one of your favorite releases from this season?
Well, I do always, man, there's a lot of really, really good ones. In terms of like favorite ones that kind of got away from me there, that kind of like really twisted my arm. I'm just kind of looking through all this there. I thought the hemp was really cool.
The hemp is really cool, and I actually had some guy email me today, and he said, "Hey, do you have any 36s left?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, of course." And I go to the website, gone.
Yeah, all gone.
And I sent him the link. So like, let's say for example, you have this same situation here. So you wanted to get a pair of hemps, and you don't know where to get them. Just go over to nakedfamousdenim.com, hit the news section. If you're an OG, you already know this, but there's gonna be a blog post for all the jeans here, and just keep scrolling until you can find the one you're looking for, and then down at the bottom here, it's gonna say basically everyone who received it. So you can check, okay, I want to get a weird guy. Okay, these places received weird guy. Check their websites. Make sure that they don't have it in stock, and if not, then maybe go to eBay or Grailed or whatever, or even jump in the chat here and say, hey, anybody got a pair of X they want to sell?
Make an offer, yeah.
Or trade. But yeah, this was a fun photo shoot. This was definitely one of the more memorable photo shoots.
Yeah, we can't get into too much detail, but
yeah,
it was a fun one.
It was a fun photo shoot. And yeah, these plants had a lot of spiders in them.
Yeah.
If you want, that's a little bit of insider knowledge there. They were like infested with little spiders. But yeah, that was a cool release. Very interesting, very unique. Not something you see a lot, really, at all.
No.
What else? Ooh, the Matcha. These were actually kind of a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
Because it was weird. Of course, we do the analytics, and there are some times like where the Shinigamis, it's just like boom, like it's on, like, everyone knows, everyone wants it, everyone's talking about it.
There are things like sold out like within seconds for the
and
Shinigamis.
Like we wish we could have made more, of course. Like we're not trying to make it too limited, but then there's other ones that are kind of like we release it, but it's to not as much fanfare. Of course, it's still a cool product, but then it's just a slow burn and it's just churning in the background. And then we look at the analytics later that year and we're like, oh, this was like one of the top performers. And the Matcha was actually one of the top performers for this season, which was very interesting. It's pretty hardcore jean. I think these are going to fade really nicely. 15 ounce, slubby. It's got that green pull-up leather patch.
It's a pretty rigid jean too, yeah.
Look at that macro photo. I wonder who took that.
Wow, what a photographer we got.
Yeah, nice, like kind of gradient selvage ID. So just a really cool jean overall. We got some nice pictures of Justin here wearing them. And yeah, it was one of those jeans where it was kind of like a sleeper hit, you know? Which, yeah, it's just interesting to go back and look at the analytics and just see what was popular and like what, you know, sold well. But anyways, let's hop right back in the chat. I keep on getting distracted.
There's so many good questions
when I want to answer you guys' questions.
Yeah, we had someone there from Ukraine who's having trouble getting our jeans.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You know, we want to help you guys out in Ukraine the best we can, but unfortunately none of our shippers will ship to Ukraine at the moment. So if you do want to get a pair, I think you'll have to probably find like a freight forwarder or something.
Yeah, maybe somebody in Poland.
Like you might be able to ship it to Poland, and they might have a service that will forward it. I don't really know the details, but I'm sure that does. You can still kind of get stuff in and out. Like I remember Big Vincent. He's been on the stream before. He ordered a camera from Ukraine. And
it arrived.
Yeah, it arrived in like 2 months, which is pretty quick actually, and it came through the mail.
It came in the mail. All things considered, like wow, it did show up.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely can still get stuff. It's just unfortunate FedEx and UPS aren't delivering there at the moment. But who knows? Maybe that will change shortly. Fingers crossed, of course.
Yeah, be optimistic for it.
We're very optimistic.
Better times ahead.
Mm-hmm. All right, scrolling down here.
we answered some of these questions here.
Let's see. Oh, Maxim. Not Maxim who works here. Maxim is in the chat from Paris, France. He is the guy who does the timestamps.
It's you?
Yes.
Thank you so
thank you,
much.
Maxim. He's a super big
What a
help.
legend. What a legend.
Yes. You guys all, if he leaves a comment, everyone make sure you like it. Show Maxim some love. He's a real legend.
Yeah, you
for
can
doing the
timestamp us as like thanking Maxim. Is like
when we didn't have timestamps, people were mad. They were in the comments being like, "What happened to the timestamps guy?"
Oh man, it's work, you know.
It is work. It is work, but yeah, we really appreciate it, and you know, everyone appreciates Maxim for doing the timestamps because it's a great job. And
Grand merci, Maxim.
Yeah, merci beaucoup. Okay, more people join the chat. This is great. I'm super happy. Turns out, I guess this early time slot works for some. Maybe you know what? Maybe some more Europeans tuning in because it's not so late for them, right? What time is it?
Depends where you are. I mean,
what time is it in England?
In London,
GMT.
It's probably like 10:30 p.m. So.
What's Greenwich Mean Time? Where's that?
GMT.
Yeah.
In Greenwich.
Where?
That's in England, right
there. We go. That's it. I wasn't sure if maybe it was like beside England.
No.
Or something.
Actually, you can if you're there in the old country,
yeah.
You can actually go to Greenwich, and they actually have like the median, like a little thing there. You can actually see like right here on this spot.
That's cool.
Right here, this spot.
I've never been to England before.
I have been there. Yeah, it's not bad. Check it out sometime.
Oh, Alexander says greetings from Denmark, my homeland. Got a pair of Shinigamis.
Yeah,
Nice.
Garrett's a bit of a Dane himself.
A little bit of a Dane myself.
Yeah.
As you may be able to tell.
Yeah, something about it.
Something about me.
All the biscuit tins.
My girlfriend got me one of the brown belts. It's sick.
They're great.
Yeah, they are great. You can't go wrong with the belts. And like, out of all the things we sell, they're one of the. I mean, everything's a good investment, I'd say, but they really are, especially like the thick belts. I genuinely could say you could wear it for like a lifetime.
Mine's
like
3.5
if you took care
years
of
old.
it.
Yeah, mine's 3.5 years old. It's like not like no signs of slowing down. Like it can last. I'm not gonna say indefinitely because you know time.
Nothing lasts indefinitely, but it will last. You'll probably lose it, or gain or lose so much weight that you need to get a new one before you break it.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, the belts, they're a pretty good deal. Like basically the belt prices stayed the same. And like inflation has increased, so like everybody else's belt that is like at a similar caliber has gotten a lot more expensive, but ours hasn't.
Yeah.
And so I remember even before I knew about our belts, this is way back, like I'm talking like more than 10 years ago, I wanted the Veg Tan thick belt that we sell. Like I literally wanted that exact belt, and I looked all over for it. I was living in Hong Kong at the time, and I looked all over, couldn't find it. I ended up having to go to a belt guy who had made me one custom. Because I couldn't find anything that was just a nice plain Veg Tan belt.
I like the simplicity of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought it before I worked here at the company, so that just I put my money where my mouth was before I got any type of promo or deal or whatever. Like I came here with my own dollars. I bought that belt and I love it and I have no regrets.
Ludwich says, "Did you guys just wake up?" Terry, no. Me, yeah. I'm like super tired from last night. Like I went climbing really hard last night, and it was great. I had some good.
Done it on Boxing Day. Got boxed.
Yeah, I had some good sends last night and bouldering in my jeans. But today I'm just like super. I wouldn't say under the weather, but I'm just tired today. So I had a little nap right before the stream just to refresh and revitalize for you guys as best as I could, because I didn't want to be nodding off.
No, we can't have that. We can't have that.
Vamek.
Yeah.
My wife is excited for basically everything from the spring summer 25.
I know it's big.
Yeah, it's a loaded collection. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But if you think that's a cool collection, just wait till fall winter 25. It's also
25 is going to be a fun year.
Fun stuff too. Do we have a night sky sample here? Yeah, I can show you it real quick. We showed it before.
It's a good one.
Let me.
It's a good one there. He's going to dig in the back. It might be in the front over there.
Faded one. I don't have the. I think Tammy took back.
You have the Julian.
But this is the faded pair. So this is what the night sky looks like after you've worn it. So it starts out light blue. It gets even lighter blue. and then it will fade to like almost white. This one was worn in construction, so it's kind of got like a yellowy tinge to it. So yours might not fade like that, but they're definitely gonna fade lighter. Like you can see here, the contrast. It's a decent contrast considering they start so light. And then the cool part about these, which you don't really see anywhere else, is because it is the black weft. When you break through and you do rip it, you end up seeing that black weft poking through. Where you normally see the white yarns, you're gonna see black. So it's really a super uncommon. I don't want to say the only one, because maybe someone else has done something like this.
Very rare.
Very rare. I have never seen anything like this before.
Light blue by black.
Light blue, yeah. It's very different, very fun, but still going to be great for the summer. Of course, lightweight. Look at that patch.
Yeah,
nice patina on these. Yeah, honestly, when I saw Vincent bringing these in, because Julian, his friend, was wearing them, I was like kind of amazed. I was like, whoa, I didn't even expect that. And this was only like a month and a bit wear, I think, too.
Imagine just like rolling around in the ground on the job site, like excavators like driving over him and stuff like that.
Okay. So, wow, we really got to hurry up here on the comments.
God,
we're getting behind.
We got to blast through. Holy cow.
Will any of you guys be wearing those new shorts? Probably. We always like to do a little bit of shorts action. Speaking of shorts, I got some shorts sitting right here to my left. Terry, did you ever find out how much denim it takes?
No, I didn't.
But it definitely takes more work to make a jacket. There's more operations, like a lot more operations. So that's usually why jackets are more expensive.
Sorry,
more
BD. We'll get you in the next one.
Complicated to make. Okay, interesting. Will says, I want to buy something from you guys, but a strong guy lineup is out of stock. Yeah, I'm sorry, because
it's too popular.
They are popular. So here's the thing. We're trying our best to restock them as much as possible. But part of the reason that we don't have so many is because we did a big restock, but we also had orders from a bunch of retailers who wanted to stock them as well. So if you go over to, I keep saying this, but I'm just going to show it for you guys anyways. Again, nakedfamousdenim.com. Head over to the news section, which is right here. Scroll down.
Is that New York Steve?
It's New York Steve.
Oh, man. What a cool cat.
I wrote an article just for you because I already knew that you were going to have this question. And you just click on here. Got some nice pictures of New York Steve in New York City. He's just down the street from 123 Grand Street, the Soho shop.
It looks like the Shot store there on the left, I think.
It probably is. I have photos in front of this shop too, actually. Got some cool cowboy boots. Looks like these are, what are these? The bird, that big bird.
Ostrich?
Ostrich.
Bird?
Big bird.
Emu?
It's a big bird, isn't it? Not the biggest bird.
We can't talk about emus or we will trigger all the Australians.
Why, they don't like that?
They lost a war.
What?
The Emu War.
Oh, I didn't know there was anything.
There was a great Emu War with Australians versus the birds. And the birds won. The birds won.
Those birds are scary, man.
The birds won. If anyone doesn't know about this, there was an Australian Emu War. This is real. It happened. There were soldiers machine gunning birds, and they lost.
I was talking yesterday to my friend about Australian slang, and one of our favorites is budgie smuggler.
Budgie smuggler's a great one.
Budgie smuggler. It is what it sounds like. So if you don't know what a budgie smuggler is, you can look it up.
Yeah.
Anyways, so back to the strong guy. Head over to the website and you click on that article, scroll down, and basically it has a list of the different strong guys we have and then retailers that have received all of it. And this took me a while. This took me like probably a good hour to go through each one and hyperlink and like find it, all of that. So please do take advantage of this little article that I put together and go find yourself some strong guys, because there's a lot of retailers out there now who do have the strong guys because it has become so popular. And so yeah, and actually that's you brought up a good topic, because that's the one thing that we did kind of think about when, you know, we just had some pizza here for lunch. We're busy here working, so I ordered some pizza for the boys. So we had a little post Boxing Day shipping pizza party. And then afterwards, Terry and I were sitting down. We're just kind of discussing what we wanted to talk about on the show here. And one of the things I thought was to talk about our fit changes, like kind of our fits. I'd say this year was a big evolution.
It was dynamic, yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, we've had the super guy, the weird guy, and the easy guy for quite a while now. Like the easy guy is the most recent one. But they've been kind of like our standards for a long time. But we always kind of wanted to have a straight fit. But we just didn't want to, kind of rush and like jump the gun and release something that was half baked. So ever since basically I started working here, and I know since you were here, we were kind of like mulling it over, making samples and adjustments, and it took actually quite a while to finally develop the true guy. But we did it, and... Yep. We weren't quite sure how popular it would be, but it turned out that it's something that a lot of people were liking, a lot of people were waiting for. Pretty much everyone here owns a pair of True Guys. I have a few True Guys myself. They're probably the best all-around fit.
I'm the truest of guys over here.
The truest, yeah. They, like if I could only have one, I'd probably go with the True Guy, just because it's kind of the most all-around. Like it just looks super classic. And so the True Guy kind of... It actually released in late 2023. You have the first pair of True Guys, right?
Elephant 11S was the very first fabric to have a True Guy fit on it, and I grabbed one of those. Mm-hmm. And you guys have definitely seen me wear my Elephant 11s. Last week on Reddit, on the Raw Denim Reddit, there are a ton of like Elephant 11S's just popping up fading examples. I think everyone's...
It's that time.
It kind of like it lines up, right? So everyone bought at the same time. They wore it at the same amount of time, and like the fades all start popping out. And I always knew it was going to be a great fader. And like I've been proven, like it is a champion fader. It's got like the right recipe to make for fantastic fades. And it's honestly, in terms of like raw, like faded color, beautiful, like, of the jeans I own, it's my favorite.
Yeah. I think it's the same for me. Like, obviously 32 ounce is my favorite because that's just like my babies.
It made you who you are.
It literally changed my life. Literally.
Yes.
But my other most favorite pair, actually they might be here. Let's see. I think they're in here somewhere. If I can find them real quick. Here they are.
Yeah, Garrett basically moved in here.
I have like a lot of jeans here.
And boots.
And boots.
And whiskeys.
Speaking of which, I've got some new boots I can show you guys.
You did get some new boots. I was there.
And some new, well, not new whiskeys, but there's new whiskeys on the shelf in the background. But anyways, keep getting distracted. This is also one of my favorite pairs right here. This is my Elephant 5s, which is one of the few, like, I think this was probably the first slubby elephant, if I can remember properly.
Yeah, it's there. Wow.
But yeah, these have been... They've seen some stuff. And yeah, they got repaired now. Like, they got some cool repairs going on. But like, they're due for like more repairs. Like, it's just starting to fall apart kind of again.
We need the key.
Oh, you need the key? I don't have the key.
Who's got the key?
Not me.
All right, hold on, chat.
Anyways, so yeah, these are my Elephant 5s. Keep on getting distracted, but yeah, the Elephant 5s just... Any elephant, basically, is going to fade amazing. That heavyweight denim, it just has that super cool fade. Like, these big yarns, the big slub, all of it, it just... You can't go wrong with the heavy jeans. If you've never had a pair of heavyweight jeans, like 20 ounce-ish, you got to try it at some point. Even though it's a little bit of a struggle if you're used to lighter weight jeans. But back to what I was saying about the fits. It was a huge year for the True Guy, of course, which, we weren't quite sure how it was going to be received. Sometimes people are hesitant. They don't change very easily. We have a lot of weird guy lovers. We have super guy lovers, easy guy lovers. But it was just amazing to see the excitement about the True Guy. And almost overnight, it was just like, boom, everyone was on board with the True Guy. And we just had like a really fast uptake, which I was very happy with. And like, we recently ran a survey I posted. I'm going to probably send it out via email. But if you haven't, I'll resend it. Do the survey. We want to hear your thoughts, of course. And in the survey, I asked, what do you currently own? And, it's mainly super guy, weird guy, easy guy, a few true guys, a few strong guys, a few groovy guys. And then I asked another question, which fits are you interested in trying? And the number 1 and number 2 was true guy and strong guy.
There we go.
Everyone is interested in the true guy and the strong guy. And I'm super happy. I'm super pleased about that because the true guy and the strong guy are great fits. They not only look great, but they feel great. They're super comfortable. And yeah, if you've been living kind of like this skinny, tapered life your whole life, which, you know, I feel like we all were, because for a while that was just what was available in the general denim world. Once you go to the straight fits, there's no going back. That's all I'm gonna say. It's like once you go straight, it's hard to go back, especially if you're someone who wears boots or anything. Like, it just looks timeless. It looks classic. It looks good. And I'm not someone who follows trends. Like, I don't want to be like, you know, I'm not like one of these kids who wears these like oversized, super baggy jeans, but they definitely look a little more current. Like, you don't look like you're in 2010. Anyways,
there we go. Popular ones.
So yeah, the true guy was super popular
took off
this year, which I was super happy to see. And then we also actually saw a huge bump in the strong guy and the groovy guy, which aren't new fits at all for us. They've actually been around for a long time. Groovy guy was actually Bahzad's like
his baby.
Yeah, it was his baby, and he really loved it. And like, you know, there was always kind of like a little bit of a cult following. Like, I'd have people emailing and be like, yo, I love the groovy guys. Like, no one else is doing anything like this. It's great, da da da. But it's always like, you know, just a small minority. But all of a sudden this year, it's just like the interest has just gone way up. You know, of course, we were wearing them on the show, so I guess that's maybe part of it. But I think overall, people are just interested in, you know, like boot cuts, flared jeans, something just a little bit out of the ordinary, which I love to see. It's so cool.
Always his baby. Like, Bahzad, like, every time we talked to him there, he's like, and don't forget about the groovy guy. Like,
yeah.
It's like he really never lost faith in it.
Well, you just have to,
you didn't wear it too much.
You have to just wait a little bit until it, you know, it takes off. And, you know, we were way ahead of the curve. Same with the strong guy. The strong guy has been out for like years now. And for the longest time, it was just like a very like minute thing that like almost nobody bought. I remember the boys in New York were wearing them, and they would get people coming, like Steve would say that people would come into the store and like give them a hard time about the jeans. Like, actually like tease, I don't know, I don't want to say tease, but like hassle them about the jeans. Like, oh, yo, these are so wide, they're so like ridiculous, da 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 da. Now New York store can't keep them on the shelves. It's like every second person who walks through the door whenever I'm in New York asking for strong guy.
I'm trying to imagine what like the New York exclusive strong guy at launch would have been like there. I should have talked to Steve.
There was probably a line.
I imagine like people like knocking over their grandmothers and stuff like that to get out of there, to get out of it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's amazing how this stuff was always available, like at least for the groovy guy and the strong guy, but it wasn't until kind of, you know, like things changed that all of a sudden the interest is just, and like the fit hasn't changed.
It's exactly the same.
Exactly the same, but all of a sudden the interest has just gone way up, and it's great because as a result now we're able to make it in more fabrics and have it more available. I keep on saying to Terry, you know, like I think next season we should almost do like, maybe not everyone, but I want to do more strong guys in the seasonal fabrics. Because we just have a hard time keeping them in stock
as much as possible. And like it's a normal question is like, I see a lot of questions in the chat is like, we introduce new fabric, like, hey, is this going to be in the strong guy?
Exactly. And I know you guys love it. I love it. I'm wearing mine every day. And the thing is, for me, every time we do like a whole nother fit per fabric, it's like just a whole another thing of work. Like I know it seems like not a big deal. You're like, oh, it's just one more. But it's like, okay, if we have 12 styles per season, that's another whole 12 SKUs. And then from that 12 SKUs, you have all the sizes. So every time you add on another fit, it actually adds on a whole lot more of inventory of styles to carry, and, you know, more photos, more of this, everything just becomes more. But I love the strong guy so much that I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do it. I will make the sacrifice. I will put in the extra time, whatever it takes. I want to have the strong guy because I know that you guys love it. I love it. And, you know, the strong guy train and the groovy guys. We need more groovy guys too.
Yeah, more groovy guys.
But the thing is, the more we have available, the more it's gonna, kind of grow and on from there. Okay, all so right. Let's. I've been neglecting the chat here. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's get back there. Yeah, we did that already. Let's go back down to.
We gotta scroll down here.
Holy cow.
Kevin says, "What's up, G and Terry? We're coming to the end of the Indigo Invitational 2024. I faded my 18-ounce big slub, and I'm now thinking of entering again, this time with the black 21-ounce. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Thanks for wearing the big slub.
The big slub is an OG. It's like
it was 2 years old. Again, the big slub's kind of like the Matcha. It has slow take up.
No, but the big slub is actually like one of our first fabrics.
Oh.
Yeah. Like in Brandon's K truck.
Yeah.
It's the big slub that he did the interior with. It's like it's very much like Naked and Famous DNA. It's one of the oldest of that kind of that style. So yeah,
I was called the baby elephant personally.
It's an important gene.
Yeah.
And 18 ounces is nothing to like scoff at, that is
chunky.
some serious fabric there. Like yeah, it's not 20 ounces, but honestly the difference between 18 and 20, it's like it's not a lot. That's a serious gene right there. So nice work on the big slub. If you're not planning on wearing them anymore, maybe send us an email. Might be able to hook you up with a coupon code, send them in. We'll put them on the fade wall, do a fade review. Hit us up with an email if you're
especially if you try to fade it for the Indigo Invitational. I'm sure.
Yeah, if you're not going to be wearing them anymore, definitely let us know. And then he mentioned the black unbranded brand. So if you're not aware, we do have another brand, sister brand called Unbranded Brand, which is very value oriented. I'd say the best value in the industry for raw selvage denim.
Especially these days, the inflation, like we haven't changed the prices.
The prices are unbeatable, I think. And for what you get, it is very good. And we just released, maybe a couple of months ago, the 21 ounce, which normally comes in indigo, and it's an iconic jean. It just fades so good. I showed it off on the last episode, so I'm not going to show you the faded one right now.
Like you can't wear that without fading. It's impossible.
Yeah, it fades like the indigo just like drips off. Like it just
slops off. Yeah.
Anyways, we made a black version because people have been asking for that, and why not? And they've been selling very well. We still do have most sizes and most fits on the website because we got quite a bit of inventory. So if you're interested in that, we do have it, but they do fade very fast, just like the indigo ones. I actually just received an email from someone this morning. Big Vincent was not in today because he was he was in, but then he had to take off.
Man.
He wasn't feeling too good. So I hopped on the emails and I was replying to everyone's emails. And one of the emails I got was somebody who had purchased the unbranded brand, and he was saying like, "Hey man, my jeans are fading. Is this like a defect? Is this normal?" And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, they're rope tied. It's normal. It's like that's the point."
I'm losing my indigo.
And for him it's not indigo because they're black, but
okay.
But yeah, his black jeans are fading already, and they just came out not that long ago, and they're like quite faded. So yeah, they do fade. They fade great, just like the indigo version. And I'm super excited to see someone who really beats those jeans up because the 21 ounce unbranded brand is just classic. Like, we have it there for a reason. Okay, scroll, and the price is really good too. Does the Canadian government subsidize winter heating costs?
No.
I think they might in like Atlantic Canada or something. Or no, they were going to like raise taxes or something.
Because it's federal, so as far as I know, there's no federal.
Basically, no. But to be honest, it depends where you are. In Quebec here, electricity is not that expensive because I think we have a lot of hydroelectric.
In the global standards of things, we have like our electricity is incredibly
very cheap. Yeah. So yeah, we do use a fair amount because it does get cold, but it's not super expensive, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting down to the bottom here. Ooh, any plans for something similar to the Crimson Skies? I loved how crazy those looked, but got into quality jeans way after their release.
You know what? We haven't had anything like the Crimson Sky since the Crimson Sky, and that came out right before I joined the company. So we're looking at 3 and a bit years ago. And it's like it was like a dark indigo by like a deep red crimson kind of.
If I remember correctly,
we did a mini dead stock.
I think the Harley Quinn one was kind of similar,
Yeah,
maybe.
Harley Quinn.
But again, that was a long time ago too, so you might have to look on eBay or Grailed to try to find one.
I liked it. I got my wife one. She got one before I worked here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because it is kind of like, I really like it because it has such a big contrast with the weft and like the, you know, the warp and the weft there. So like sometimes if a colored weft is like, oh, it's subtle, it's nice, it's tasteful, like the Sakura ones. Tasteful. This one is like loud and in your face. Like this blue on the outside and like a proper not fire truck red, but like a
pretty red.
Yeah, like a deep.
We did that for
vermilion. I'm gonna say vermilion.
Vermilion.
Vermilion on the inside.
We did a red weft indigo by red 21 ounce unbranded brand before it. That one was pretty cool, and people asked for that, and I look up the photos on that, and I'm like, wow, these are actually pretty sweet. So yeah, we do like to do that kind of thing. Is there anyone coming up? I don't think so. Like, I'm thinking of fall winter 25, and there's nothing like that.
No.
Maybe we'll see something like that for Godzilla. Who knows? I'm not sure on that. But if we were to get something this year, that's probably where it would come from. Or maybe like the Halloween kind of theme jeans. I can see that being a place for that.
Yeah, the Halloween we tend to do fun wefts and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
The Elvira purple wefts. I kind of like those.
Yeah, those were. Was that this year? Or was that the year
last
before?
Year, actually.
Yeah,
time flies.
I know, time flies. It's really hard to keep.
Elvira was already last year.
It's hard to keep track of all this stuff. Like, and that's the other thing. Halloween was a big hit. The Halloween jeans.
Yeah.
Those were super fun. It's a fun time for those because I get to do the photos and kind of like the social media stuff. So I get a little bit creative when we do that. Like I remember Terry, one of the first things we like did together when he came to the company, I was like
my second
all right,
week,
Terry, you're gonna be not Michael Myers, you were Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, put on this sweater and this hat, and we're gonna go into the basement and take some photos in the boiler room. And I had like all the strobes set up to make it look like there was fire.
Even without like the accessories, it was a scary boiler room.
Yeah,
just how you imagine like a spooky boiler room would be. Like
it's super
an old
spooky
building, and that's an old boiler room. It is kind of like, oh man, it's got the chill.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know what? I'm happy that we did that because they gutted the boiler room maybe 6 months ago or something. And so it's all gone. All the like spookiness, like the ancient like turn of the century boiler is gone. All of it's gone. It's basically just been like emptied out, and now there's just one like modern little boiler like sitting in the middle of this big room. Like it's not what it used to be. So
well, it kept flooding too, so
yeah, it got flooded. So
we suffered bad in the floods this summer. So
yeah, even my home insurance went up because of that. And my house didn't get flooded, but I guess everyone
what floor do you live on?
I live on the third
floor, flooding risk.
Well, the thing is, it's one of those things where like if you have insurance, you pay as a group, right? Okay. So like people in the area got flooding, and then I guess it's like, I don't know, it sucks. Yeah. But like that's just how it is. At least that's what their excuse was, the insurance company. Ella says, my wallet is already mad at me for eyeing up the Ecru Fox Fiber chore coat. Typical for me, the priciest item is the one I need the most. I feel your pain. I know exactly.
It's like the good stuff there.
Yeah, it's hard when you have good taste.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
And sometimes I might forget it here working in the warehouse because I'm always like, I'm less focused on the numbers, more focused on the physical product. So I forget like it actually can be quite a variation between prices and some products there.
Yeah.
But like it's inevitable because if you're getting like a super premium cotton like Fox Fiber cotton, then naturally like, it cannot be the same price as like a regular jean there. So the Fox Fiber is like so special. So special. The same thing like any type of like Sea Island like or Supima or whatever there, and like it's really great. I really want to like the company kind of explore more like fun cottons there and like really kind of really like emphasize that there. Like,
we have a
actual
fun
cotton.
I think Brandon mentioned it, but for fall winter 25 we have a cool Sea Island cotton jean coming that I'm super excited about. Like it's
one of those things, if you're in the store, you touch the jeans, sometimes like, oh, this feels nice, and then you touch like a Sea Island cotton or Supima, and like, oh, like it just feels expensive.
We're going to have to
touch
really
it and you know.
Tell the story well, and it has a very cool story. I'm not going to spoil the story, but it has a very cool story, and I'm hoping that we can put this story across over the internet and get basically the right impression, because when you feel it, when you see it in person, you're like, wow, this is something special. This is really cool. But it's harder to see, I think, maybe in photographs or through video. Yeah. But anyways, that's actually the jean I'm probably most excited for, other than the Fox Fiber one, which is also going to be super cool. But we'll save those for later. We're a little bit far out from that. We still have spring summer 25 to look forward to. Lots of cool stuff coming up. All right, let's.
I want to grab one question there, just in danger of being buried, because I also feel that. So Get Rat or Jitrat or Get Trat. What's the deal with the blanket lined indigo by white? I've been debating picking up the zip coat because it's a damn good price. It is a damn good price, and the deal is we had a bunch of these, and it was a little bit slower pickup than I expected.
You know why though? It's because it was supposed to be made like a long time ago, and then it kind of just got like delayed, and then it never kind of released on time, and then it did release, but it was kind of like forgotten about.
It got buried.
It just got buried because it wasn't kind of like, you know, part of any main drop.
That's right. It didn't really get like a. It didn't get its own flasher.
It didn't get its own. It didn't get the big like. It didn't get enough attention. Is kind of what it boiled down to, and because of that, it just completely flew under the radar.
Yeah.
And anyways, we have a bunch of them.
If you guys are looking for like a steal of a deal, because we still have a bunch. I know. I'm looking at the boxes. A steal of a deal for a zip jacket with a blanket lining and a pretty rare color. So it's going to be as indigo by white. So like a blue and like a white kind of combo there. So it's a rare color. It's blanket lined. It's a nice zip jacket. It's comfy. Grab it. Grab it there. It's hiding there. It's like hiding in plain sight. What a deal.
I can say though, like of all the jackets we do make, that is definitely one of the more expensive ones. Like in terms of like for us to make it, it costs a lot more.
Adding a blanket lining to something like it just.
Yeah, you think it's no big deal, but it costs.
It's absolutely a big deal. It's absolutely a big deal.
And it is nice. I have like a few like blanket line jackets, and they are pretty nice. You layer them up a little bit with like a sweater or something underneath, and you're gonna be nice and toasty.
Well, I got the blanket line jeans for my mother, and I saw her on Boxing Day and Christmas, and then she would kind of take my arm, then pull me aside, like, you know, Terry, those jeans you got me, those blanket lines, like I love them.
Really, that's
like
great.
I got her some True Guy blanket lines.
Your whole family must be wearing our jeans now. Your brother's wearing. What happened to those matches your brother was wearing? Did he ever fade those?
I'll have to ask. I know he's got them. I know
Get
he
him
watches.
back.
I know he watches the videos there too. To find out what's going on with those matches there, we kind of take a.
I want to see if they're faded. I want them back, and I want to get him on and start on something else.
Get him started on another one there because he's similar in waist size to our sample size. So
exactly, that's perfect. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Oh, Chicken Counter-Strike says the 15th anniversary were insane. Was that this year? No. Yeah, no, it was last year. It was last year. Close. It was about a little bit more than a year ago.
I still got my 15th anniversary poster.
We have the poster right up there.
Can you see it?
Right over there. Move your head. There you go. It's kind of like dark.
I think in reverse.
Yeah, right up there. So, yeah, 15th anniversary. That's the framed one. Nice up on the wall. I think there's one in the New York store that looks good too up in the corner. Really cool, nice screen print. And the thing is, like, I did screen printing when I was in university, so I understand how like hard it is, that it's a real like art form. So once you do that, you understand that this is not just like any old print. It is like actually like a work of art. It is an original because it is a screen print. So, you know, something cool.
Yeah, those are awesome. Those are Ostica guys and their screen prints.
If you know, you know. It's it's literally artwork. It's not just like a movie poster that they print digitally. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm in the market for midweight black slubby denim with hidden rivets, copper rivets, and raised belt loops. Ooh.
Well, you're MJ13s.
Yeah, you're a little too late. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that ship has sailed, unfortunately.
Yeah, we had exactly what you're looking for, but I think they're all gone. But who knows? I think we should do a restock on those, or try to, because those were popular. I even had a pair myself.
Yeah, the black MIJs, MIJ13s, which they have all those things. They have they got the hidden rivets. They were copper. They had the raised belt loops. It was midweight. It was kind of slubby. Of course, it had that. It was unsandfrized, but gently washed and dried, so it didn't shrink too much. It was a good one, and it went pretty quick.
Let me see if mine are on the fade wall.
Yeah,
I feel like mine might be here somewhere.
Yeah, Garrett's gonna hunt them down. I'm gonna move for the chat there. You go hunt them down.
My jeans are like, I don't think they're at home.
All right, there. Okay. Going there, yeah. Again, the Dia de los Muertos, the spouse. Excellent. I also got my spouse a Dia de los Muertos jeans EM, and it's pretty cool there. And we're going to be making another one for next year. So kind of same idea, like the Lunar New Year there. We're just going to change the artwork. So we have another new Mexican artist making a cool art, which I have seen. It's cool and thematic. And
oh yeah, the new Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, last year's one was really cool. I mean, the recent one. It was great, but I really also like this new... well, like, it's hard for me to say, like, oh, one is better than the other, because they're both really nice. But, yeah, the one for this year coming up is pretty fun. I like it. What is this? I love mines.
Oh, we talked about Chicken Counter-Strike.
Oh, what about it?
Oh, we just answered this question there. Anyway, we'll keep out.
Anyways, okay.
Make more overalls.
We're working on overalls. We're kind of like redoing the fit on the overalls right now, but it's stalled.
It did stall.
If we have Tammy back on, or you can next time Brandon's on, bug him about it. Maybe
when Brandon's there, because he'll listen to you. Really kind of.
Yeah, tell him that you really want the overalls, because like we had it in motion, and then, it basically. I'm not gonna say fizzled out, but it's on pause.
Yeah. At
the moment. But yeah, it's something we are working on. I do love overalls myself. It's funny, like people keep on bringing up stuff, and I'm like, oh, I was just talking to my friend the other day about this. I was literally just talking to my friend the other day about how I love overalls, and I love the bib, and I love that you can stick things into your bib. Like I'll just take my phone and like boop, put it right in the bib, and
beer
or beer or your wallet or like whatever. It's just such a little handy.
Some JB Weld.
Weld.
2-part epoxy. All kinds of things.
I have some questions, questions from Instagram.
We're keeping this one for the people over here.
I always try to extend an olive leaf, is it olive branch?
Yeah, extend the
Instagram
palm.
people, because perspective.
Extend the palm.
Because some people, maybe they can't tune in or they're at work or something. They still want to ask a question. So, this first question says, there was no mention of MIJs in Spring Summer 25 video. Are they coming soon?
Excellent question.
I think so. I'm not sure when the Tokushima hand-dyed / Kekishibu is coming. But it's
Deluxe
coming.
By Deluxe.
The Super Deluxe. And then we do have... I can quickly
the 14
show you.
there.
I've been showing it a lot lately, but why not?
Bring out the Neppy boy.
Yeah, this is the MIJ. Is it 14?
I think it's the 14, yeah.
So many numbers that it's hard for me to remember. But this is a lightweight 2x1 Neppy with a beige weft. Ooh-wee. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this one. Nice.
I think this is going to be a real classic jean. This is going to be the lightest MIJ we've ever done. But man, this is a nice jacket, and I think in the True Guy, these are gonna be so cool.
I hope we make more jacket. This will kill it as a jacket. I really feel that way.
Let's see. Yeah, and then it's got the plain white selvage, so it's got that real workwear, repro kind of vibe. And yeah, in the heritage jacket, it's amazing. But yeah, this one is coming soon too. I don't know exactly when.
Yeah, it depends on the boats. We're at the mercy.
It depends on a lot of things.
Boats, trains, logistics.
Planes, trains, automobiles.
Yes, literally all three of these things. We're kind of orders are placed and things are happening, but just the lead times. That's why you don't put any hard promises on it.
Yeah.
Especially MIJ stuff, because it's
if I had to guess, I'd say late spring, early summer, but that is just a guess. That is just me.
Shot in the dark.
I'm speculating on that.
Not that complete dark, but like a semi-illuminated room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Brandon says the Sakuras aren't stretch, right? I believe. Let's see.
We got the
Did I misspeak? Let's see here.
Nice flashes. 16.5 ounces.
Oh, you know what? I think I was wrong. It's just slub selvage. Oh, and I forgot to mention they have the Horween Colorate patch. 16.5 ounces. I don't know why I got confused on there. It's not slub stretch.
Did somebody say Horween?
Just slub selvage. So 16.5 ounces of slubby Sakura goodness. And Horween, speaking of Horween, Santa Claus was good to me this year. Look what he brought. Woo! Some new natural Horween Chrome XL John Lofgren boots. You guys know I'm a boot guy.
Yeah, you don't say.
I got a boot addiction. I got a boot deficiency.
He's got boots on the brain.
Yeah, and I love Terry's shoes. He didn't bring them with him today, but we're gonna try to bring him for this week at Tatinyoko. His sneaker boots. Yeah. Whatever you want to call them.
High top sneakers, I guess.
Yeah, they're kind of a sneakery boot thing, and he got them in the natural Chrome XL, and I was like, man, that looks really nice because I love the natural Chrome. First of all, I'm a big Horween fan. I love Horween. Don't get me wrong, I love Seidel too, and like SB Foot, but Horween, they make the good stuff. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the. We'll go off on a tangent here because why not? Brandon's not here.
It won't be our first.
Brandon can't stop me. He's not here.
I'm gonna talk about boots.
So this is my John Lofgren. I think they call him the Wabash Engineer. I feel like when I bought these were not called that. They were just like the John Lofgren Engineer. And this is the Black Chrome XL from Horween. And it just ages super nice. Like if you can see here, it's kind of like fading to brown. When I actually like wash these with saddle soap, you take all the oil out, they're like brown. They're not really black. But once you oil them up, they look black again. If you look on the inside,
they got some miles on those.
They got miles on them. I have resold these.
Wow.
In Taiwan with Dr. Soul. So if you need a resole on your Goodyear welted boots or your stitched down boots, I highly recommend Dr. Soul. Good people from Taiwan doing a great job. And as you can tell, they got that authentic vintage look and nicely worn in. But what I wanted to show you guys is these ones are, can you see that there? Signed by Mr. John Lofgren himself. Wow. So the boots are signed, but the Chrome XL, the black Chrome XL, it's not the fanciest leather. I'm gonna say that. Some people, Chrome XL is kind of one of those things where some people are like, oh, you know, it's just chrome tan leather. They're kind of like snobby about it. But I love it because it's just
like, well, compared to what, Cordovan or?
You know, I guess some people are like, oh, I only do veg tan. Yeah. Which I understand that, but the Chrome XL is such a beautifully done leather, and I know it's kind of like a brand name, and it does have a little bit of hype, but I think the hype is deserved because it is just like buttery soft, very stretches out nicely, but also is quite durable. Like it's something that can put a lot of wear on these. I've had these for like I want to say almost 10 years now, and I've resold them once, and like they're still like going strong, and they look great in my opinion. So anyways, that's why I bought a second pair. Well, sorry, I didn't buy them. Santa Claus Claus brought me a second pair because he knew that I'd love them so much. Yeah, everyone's making fun of me though. They're like, "Wait a minute, you bought the same boots twice?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but they're different colors."
Different colors. You have to say that out loud, and then like look at your significant other in the face when you say that. What is a different color?
Yeah, so there's my boot rant. I am new boot goofing. I definitely did say that today a few times.
Yeah, it is funny. He does say, ladies and gentlemen, he does say that. I've heard him say it more than once.
Michael asks, Garrett, do you or would you wear Red Wing Classic mocks? No. I'm not a huge mock toe guy. They're just not my style. I think there are some good Red Wings out there, but it's just not my bag. I do have mock toes.
Tristan had some for a while. Our boy Tristan.
I got these. Bahzad was super nice.
Oh, some Bahzad hand-me-downs.
Yeah, Bahzad gifted these to me, and these are from Yucatan.
These are very expensive pair of shoes.
Yeah, these are not cheap.
They are not cheap.
They are not cheap, but
not cheap.
But they are very nice, extremely nice, and I'm super happy that he gave them to me because I would never purchase mock toes personally, But the fact that he gave them to me gave me kind of the opportunity to experience them. And in this mock toe roper boot style shoe, I think they're really cool. And they look really cool also with the groovy guys.
Extremely unique pair of
They're very unique, very comfy, very cool. I get a lot of compliments on them actually when I wear them, more so than the engineer boots. But this is about the only mock toe that I have / am interested in. But yeah, if I was going to go for any more mock toes, it would probably be from Yucatan. I think Yucatan does mock toes really well.
I'd and awed about the Red Wing mock toes.
I
got really wide. I have large and wide feet, so it's kind of like.
Are they narrow?
Mock toes? I mean, I think you can get away with wider.
Do they have a wider version?
Probably.
I think for your style, you would look better in the mock toe than me.
I got big.
You have to kind of have a certain look, I think.
Yeah.
For the mock toe.
It's a chunkier look there.
Yeah, and for me, I'm more of just that rounded toe. Like I don't mind a more like bulbous bump toe.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, like a bump toe. That I'm actually like kind of warming up to that a lot more because, and I hope I'm not boring you guys, but we're gonna talk. We're
getting boots.
In the boot world, in the engineer boot world, there's a lot of hype and a lot of people that are like they're going for like the low profile, more. I'm not gonna say pointy, but like more vintage 30s. They call it like a 30s or 40s style toe, which is like unstructured, low profile, more pointed. I can show you like an example. Something a little bit more like this. So you can see here that it kind of is like, it's squishy. There's a little bit of structure in here. This is semi-structured. But anyways, this is kind of like what is hot, or at least recently hot in the boot world for engineer boots, is kind of have this like higher heel, kind of like sloping down and pointed half sole, all that. But lately I've been kind of getting more interested in the stock Wesco Boss, like the original one with the lug sole, more of a bump toe, and it's got more of a kind of like 80s 90s look to it. And yeah, I have a couple friends online also who wear those, and I'm just like, every time I see them, I'm like, those are so badass. Like there's just something about, I don't want to be the guy who's always like, oh, I'm different because I want to be different. Like it's not like I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna buy Android because everyone has iPhone. But you know what I mean? Like there's something about having something just a little bit different from what is the like, you know, what everyone thinks.
I think there's a little bit of human nature. You don't want to have like a little bit of special snowflake feeling, but you know, you don't want to be like a jerk about it. I think but that's part of making your own style, right? And then like you just refine it, and then it becomes your personality.
The thing is, for me, I already have both, so you know, like I can kind of like go back and forth. But I just find it interesting how like some people like just kind of like outright reject certain things, being like, no, that's no good. You don't want that.
There's a lot of nice
you have
stuff
to
out
have
there.
it like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. You can have it both ways, or you can have it whatever way you want. So I have both because, you know, why not? But yeah, so that's my engineer boots rant.
I'm gonna get one last shoe question over here because I can't help myself called out. The gym greens in Canada, yes, they're hard to find. I got mine on Amazon. But the Gym Green will tell you, if you having trouble finding a retailer, switch to their South African website. Make sure you're not on the U.S. website. Go to the South African website, and they'll ship anywhere in the world to get some Gym Greens, which are a lot cheaper. And like in terms of like wide toe box, like they're kind of like unmatched, and they're great value. So a nice little place to fool around with. I know some other people out there, all my fellow duck feet out there. Not like you know, narrow feet yourself or anything.
I don't have narrow feet, no.
No, not at all. But
I have like,
mine are like this, man, like two.
I have E-width feet, but you know, I make it work.
Yeah,
I just can't fit any like super narrow. Like can't do Converse.
You tried to do Docs.
Tried.
You tried. You really.
I've tried three times.
He tried really hard.
Yeah, and it's just.
He even went to a cobbler and got him stretched out twice.
Like twice, yeah.
Yeah. Like he didn't give up. Like he threw money at the problem. He's like, I'm not giving up. But even then, he just
it's
constricted.
Rough.
Those narrow ladies, those narrow Euro feet out there. What are you guys walking on?
Just
how do you stay
my
upright?
toes.
How do you stay upright with the tiny little feet?
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, I have to. That's the thing about wide feet is like you realize that you just can't partake in a lot of shoes. You're just like, well, I guess I can never own this because
Yeah,
it just
a lot of avenues are cut off.
it's like being a giant guy and wanting small sports cars, like
Or motorcycles.
that too. Like
Yeah,
if
if
you
you're
look like
6'2"
Donkey
or 4,
Kong.
heaven help you, if you're 6'4", you'll never look cool on a sports bike ever.
Maybe you could get like a Hayabusa or something like a really big one.
Even then, it's gonna look like you're gonna look like someone from Mario Kart. I'm sorry, it is. You look really cool on like a bigger bike or even like a dual, like
maybe
a
like a
dual sport.
huge Harley or something.
Yeah. But if you want to look, I mean, like sports bikes. Look cool.
Sports bikes.
They look cool to small people. So that's that.
There you go. I need to get a sports bike.
Well, Shaq can fit. Like, well, if Shaq had like special adjustments done to his cars, there, like weird like seat rails being moved out and stuff like that.
There's definitely fit Shaq into like a Lotus. Good luck.
Shaq. I don't think he'd fit inside a Corolla or anything without special modification.
Yeah, there's no way.
Little trivia: my father is 6'4", so he's 2 inches taller than me, and he was grew up in London, England, and his first car was a Mini. But because my grandfather was a car mechanic, the first thing they did when he got it was do a custom seat adjustment, so they moved it back on the rails.
Move it back, or just move it all the way down.
Made custom seat rails so you could move the seat back. So
into the back of the car.
Yeah, basically into the back seat.
Like the little like pillar is gonna be like right beside his like face there.
It's very rally because it helps the weight distribution. So in a front wheel drive, front engine car, and if you're moving the seat back, then you're gonna kind of like adjust the weight more to the rear, so you have a bit more 50-50.
Yeah, but it's not very rally.
Racing.
Big heavy guy in a tiny little car.
Because race car.
Anyways, one person says, please do more streams at this time often. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
We don't really want to mess too much with the stream time, but yeah, I don't mind doing this if for some reason we can't do it at our normal time, then yeah, this works for me. Although it does cut into our actual time of getting stuff done.
Yeah, this is regular like working hours.
We gotta, there's stuff to be done. Release date for the Frankenstein denim. Hold on, let me check. This is tentative, by the way, but I'll look it up on my computer.
Oh, he's going to do the numbers over here.
And I'll try to give you a rough.
They are very close. I've seen all the jeans. They're in carts. We're ready. They're getting them. We're moving them on the shelves, so we have them in our hot little hands.
It's not necessarily when I can release it. There's other stuff.
Yeah.
So right now,
what's Scott going to say?
Aiming for January 16th.
January 16th
for the Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So I can't. It's not carved in stone, but that's what I'm aiming for.
We can quite likely. We have the jeans.
You guys can kind of plan for that if you're looking for the Frankenstein. And the Frankensteins are pretty fun, pretty cool jean. I'm not gonna lie. And BD in the chat, he faded a pair. His look amazing.
His Toxics.
They're up on the Toxic Avenger, which is pretty much a Frankenstein variant. His are up on the wall looking amazing.
Yeah, speaking of BD, just got a quick note. Cat shirt and indigo sash go dates. No clue. I'm sorry, BD.
I don't know.
Spring summer shirts, like the spring summer shirts is like we have the prototypes, but like they tend to be like a bit more mid. It tend to not.
It might be different this year, actually.
Yeah.
We might be making those upstairs here, so.
Oh yeah, well, not January. That it's not going to happen in January for sure. Not super soon.
We're still working on making the 40 ounce upstairs.
Yeah. Will there be snow on the ground when they come out?
But I mean, you don't really need it right now, anyways. Like you want to wear it more in the summer, so.
Yeah, the cat shirt. Honestly, it is really, really cool, and I'm happy they're making a men's one too. I'll get one.
Chris Furman says, any releases in gray color or brown color? Well, we do have the Accru Fox Fiber coming, so that's kind of brownish. In terms of gray, I don't think there's any gray coming up for summer 25.
Not for spring.
That's the thing. There is like a little bit of a hole in our collection now because we used to have the gray selvage, but unfortunately we had to discontinue that due to some like supply chain things. But as a result, we're doing trying to every once in a while do like a meteor or something kind of similar. Like the snowy jean was kind of a gray jean
Snowy jean was such a hit.
So yeah, we're probably gonna have to like turn up the gray jeans just a little bit more to make up for the lack of the gray selvage. But I think that just makes it just a little bit more special. Like
it's gonna make it more special. Even our black by grays, I think, are on the way out. I don't think we're getting any more of that.
Yeah, no, that one I think is. We maybe have some fabric left. I'm not sure on that, but like it's not going to be like
like at most
forever.
one last restock and.
Yeah. Any of the fabric will be cut if there's any fabric, and then that will probably be it. So if you were looking for black by gray, and we have your size, you want to pull the trigger sooner than later.
Sooner than later.
Yeah.
Oops! I'm gonna bump the camera over here. Excuse me.
You're just too big for this table.
Yeah. It's the shoes. It's the feet. These are really big feet.
Okay. So yeah, I guess that's.
Man.
I didn't even prepare a snack time.
We didn't really have
today.
a snack there. We had we really had a lot to talk about. I thought we kind of struggled a bit today. We have so much to talk about. So many good questions there. Yeah, Godzilla updates. I always say usually wait for Brandon. Like he's the guy to talk to. We're gonna keep our lips sealed on the big lizard. But if you want some more details,
I'm gonna keep talking him into telling us more.
Yeah, he's got all the details. I've seen things.
I think he's got some of the details, but he doesn't have all the details.
Yeah, Garrett and I have seen things, and we're psyched to see. But hey, it's a while off, so we gotta.
Yeah, it's his baby, so I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah,
spoil it for him. Okay, well, we gotta get back to work here.
Yeah. We're at work.
We gotta hit
the other
30
job.
minutes later. 30 minutes left.
That other job
before the warehouse is closing up here. So. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, I hope you guys had a great holidays. Of course, New Year's is going to be coming up.
Yeah.
We are going to be closed, just so you know, on the 1st. Yeah. So New Year's Day, Tatinoko, the store, is going to be closed for New Year's.
But online is open.
Online is open, yeah. Honestly, if you're going to be shopping, online is the better place to do it because that's where all the sale items are. That's where you get the best selection. So definitely stay online and have a great holiday.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We won't see them until next New Year, will we?
I won't.
You won't, right? You're leaving.
Maybe we'll do next week's stream because I won't be here on the 2nd or the 3rd. You're not gonna be on the 2nd either, but the 3rd I'm not here.
Where am I gonna be?
You might be here on Friday. This time Friday.
Oh, right. Okay. Anyways, we'll see.
Happy New Year.
Stay locked in on the channel. Check back later. Brandon and I will figure something out.
Yeah, you'll figure something out.
And until then, thank you guys so much. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.